In this video, we're going to be talking about Drag and Drive as Nintendo has revealed some new information about the game. Let's get into it. So back in April, we had that huge Nintendo Direct. We had lots of game announcements, lots of things to talk about. We had the Switch 2 get properly revealed. We had Mario Kart World, lots of information. And we also heard about a game called Drag and Drive. Now this was really innovative, it was one of the new Switch 2 games, and it's exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. It's actually one of the very few games that actually support the mouse mode, and we haven't really seen that many games so far support mouse mode. I believe the Welcome Tour does, Donkey Kong Bonanza will in like that clay making sort of rock forming mode, and also Fortnite has used it as well, but apart from that so far, mouse mode hasn't really been used. And Drag and Drive seemed to be the first party Nintendo game to really use the mouse controls, and I was really excited for the game just to try out the new mouse modes. Yeah, it seemed really fun. However, I believe it's pretty obvious that Nintendo doesn't really care about this game, isn't really supporting this game or saying much about it. If you didn't know, Nintendo actually posted yesterday on their app, on their Nintendo News app, they posted a new trailer for the game and its release date and also its price. So they dropped quite a bit of information, but we got a 22-second trailer and that was it. It didn't show off any new features, anything we can expect from the game. It was just a short 20-second trailer, here's this game, and that is pretty much it. It was a really short trailer, and yeah, I was kind of disappointed in the trailer. I wanted to see more about this game. This game seems really fun, but the game doesn't really seem to have that much content. Nintendo has showed off like a trailer which is like a minute and a half. They have also shown off a 20-minute Nintendo Treehouse Live gameplay demo, and yeah, that was okay. It was a good demonstration of what the gameplay looks like, but didn't really show us much about the game. It didn't go into like extra modes or online play, it just kind of just showed off the gameplay. And that's fine, but to have this game just sort of be like, not shadow dropped, but it had an announcement on the Nintendo Today app, just kind of out of nowhere. Oh, here's the release date. Why would you not want to save that for a Direct? This game could have, had lots more publicity if you put it inside a Nintendo Direct. Let's say we had a Direct in July, just getting the announcement, or like the release date announcement for Drag and Drive in that Direct would have like way more eyes on it and have like people be excited for it. But they've just kind of randomly shadow dropped or just randomly dropped on the Nintendo Today app. Oh yeah, by the way, this game comes out on the 14th of August. It doesn't really like promote the game. They aren't really talking about the game. They've just dropped a 20-second trailer and gone, yep, it comes out in August, get excited for it. And they've also revealed that the game will also be an eShop only title. That's okay, not every single Nintendo game needs to be, a huge 70 or even 80, now with Mario Kart World, experience. It doesn't need to be a big, expensive full price AAA game. Not every game suits that, so I'm glad Nintendo is still doing smaller eShop titles like this, Drag and Drive. It's going to be digital only, and they've revealed that the price for the game is going to be $16.99, which is fine. That's not too bad of a price, at least it's not the full 60 or 70 that Nintendo could have charged for this game. My only concern for Drag and Drive now is, what's the content of this game? If Nintendo is only charging $17 and it's a digital only title, does that mean it's not got a lot of content? Does this 20-second trailers just randomly shadow dropped mean that the game doesn't have much content or much to offer outside of that like mode we saw in the Treehouse demo? It's not really clear on what this game is. It seems to be a smaller eShop title, and that seems fine. But Nintendo isn't really pushing this game. It feels like Nintendo is maybe trying to keep like expectations in check. So it's like, They want to release a 20-second trailer because the game is a smaller game. They want to charge $17.99 because the game is a smaller game. So maybe it's now about like managing our fans, us as Nintendo fans. It's about managing our expectations for this game and not getting overly hyped. Expecting a larger game with more features. Maybe we are expecting too much of Drag and Drive. Maybe I was expecting too much. But, you know, just to drop a random 20-second trailer on a news app just for Nintendo fans, I don't know. I feel like this game has lots of potential, and I feel like this game needs more attention from Nintendo. It needs, like, longer trailers and more content to be shown off for it than a 20-second trailer, because it does. It deserves that. This game seems quality. And, I mean, this is an original Switch game. It's an original Switch 2 game, and we haven't really got that many original games. Yes, we've had Donkey Kong, yes, we've had Mario Kart, but going into the summer, we've got the Mario Party expansion. That's kind of just DLC. We've got the Kirby expansion. We've got Pokemon Legends EA. This is an original, like, IP for the Switch 2. You would think Nintendo wants to push this, potentially in the same way that they pushed ARMS. They really pushed ARMS when that first came out. So, yeah, just Nintendo, I don't know why they're not giving this game more attention. Yes, it might not have that much content to talk about, but why not leave that, like, release date and price info all for a Nintendo Direct? Now, there is an argument to be made. If this game was featured in a Nintendo Direct, it might be, like, you know, sort of, like, forgotten about because there's so many other games to talk about. But I believe a Direct has so many eyes on it, so many people watching, that, yeah, you want to save big announcements like this for a Nintendo Direct. Don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting a huge game here. This game costs $17.99, $16.99. It's going to be digital only, and by the sounds of it, it's not going to have a lot of content. But from just like a marketing standpoint, I just think it's very strange for Nintendo just to drop a pretty big announcement like a release date like this just randomly on Nintendo Today. Just seems very strange. And I feel like this game, because Nintendo hasn't really pushed it or hasn't really spoke about it much, or if it doesn't have that much content or that much stuff to do inside the game, I'm scared that this game might like just come and go. You know what I mean? Like it might just, you know, fade into obscurity like a lot of Nintendo games have. Kind of like what happened with ARMS. ARMS came out, it was really popular, and then people just stopped playing it and it sort of like faded out. And I'm scared this might happen with this game. Another argument you could make is that price tag. Yes, it seems cheap, £17, $16.99. It seems cheap for a Nintendo first party game, but if there's not a lot of content there, is the game even worth that $17.99 price tag? We don't know because we haven't seen much content from trailers and stuff like that. We don't know a lot about this game. It might be worth $17.99. $17.99 might be a really good price for this game, or at the same time, it could be a really bad price for this game because there's not a lot to do, there's not a lot of content in the game. I feel like the best case scenario for this game is if Nintendo adds it to the online expansion pass. We've seen that happen with Animal Crossing's DLC, we've seen that with Mario Kart 8's DLC, we've seen it with Splatoon 2's DLC. So if they added this game to the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, then maybe that will have like lots of people play it. If people haven't actually got to pay for this game and it's included in a subscription, then I feel like lots of people might just play that on launch day, and that means we've got like a huge online community for this game. People will be playing it online. If that happens, I could see this game being pretty successful, pretty much from day one, from the get-go. I will definitely want to try out this game if it's included on the online expansion. Currently, for $17.99, it doesn't seem like it's got enough content to really justify that price tag, so we'll have to wait and see. But if the game seems to, you know, have enough content to justify that price tag, I will definitely buy it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Splatoon 2's DLC, the Octo expansion, Happy Home Paradise, the Animal Crossing DLC, they all cost, I believe, more than $17.99, or maybe exactly $17.99, and they are all included within the online expansion pass. So to add a game like this, I believe that makes a lot of sense. It gets people playing the game, it gets people playing the game online. I believe the game will still sell well anyway because people want to try out the mouse mode, but including it on the online expansion will just have lots of people playing it online, and get people talking about it. So with all that being said, that's my thoughts on Drag and Drive. Overall, I'm pretty excited for the game, but I feel like Nintendo isn't really giving this game enough attention or like promotion or marketing, and I believe they could fix that by adding it onto Nintendo Switch Online. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, everyone. Am I overly hyped for this game? Am I expecting too much from this game? Do you feel the same way? Do you feel like Nintendo hasn't really said much about this game? Do you expect more than just a 22 or 25 second, I believe it was, trailer talking about the game? Will you be buying the game on launch day, or will you be waiting for reviews to come out about this game before you make a decision on if you want it or not? Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below, everyone. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you are doing so, because that does really help us out. And with all that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.